Welcome back to another episode of Mix and Match Radio. This one is a little bit more sudden because in light of recent events, we thought that it was only proper for us to report on this before it was too late. Matt, would you want to go ahead and let them know why we're recording?
Yeah. So today's Saturday, August 29th, and yesterday the whole world was shocked to find out that beloved actor Chadwick Boseman has passed away from colon cancer.
It was stage 4 colon cancer.
Stage 4 colon cancer. And I'm lost with words, kind of. I was on my couch, just on Twitter, on PlayStation, whatever. And I just saw like a bunch of like 2020 sucks, and it made me think, well, what happened now? You know, I was just wondering what happened. Like something just really, because there's always something bad happening. Mm-hmm. But I never imagined that this was the news that I was going to get when I checked Twitter. I was shocked. I was utterly shocked. I couldn't believe it. I was in so much denial the entire time. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because like I'm very emotional. I did cry because I love Chadwick Boseman as an actor, and the fact that it was so sudden and just out of the blue was a tremendous gut punch for me and for everyone around the world. And it sucks that he is just gone now, literally yesterday. And I'm just lost for words, really.
Whenever I found out from Matt, because we have our Mix and Match group chat, and so first thing I saw, he just said, "Bro, Chadwick Boseman died." I know that he wouldn't just say that without it actually being true, and so I didn't want to believe it either, because it's just like when Kobe passed away, dude. It's just like you don't want it to be real. And so then the second I opened Twitter, it's flooded. My timeline is just flooding with just RIP, Chadwick Boseman, dead at 43. And then when I couldn't find a reason for a couple minutes, and then I found out that it was colon cancer.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is that he was diagnosed in 2016, meaning it might have been after Civil War. I don't know exactly the date or whatnot, but I mean, he was still functioning up until yesterday. Like he was just making films. He was acting. He was not only acting. He was going out doing press tours, greeting children, terminally ill children as well, while he was fighting his own battles. That just, it's unfathomable as to just how grave this situation is, but yet everything he accomplished during that entire time. Like, literally, he was greeting children who had illnesses. They were terminally ill, and they were on their deathbeds while he was literally fighting his own thing.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was like a gut punch. It was out of the blue. It was out of the blue for us. This was not publicized or anything by anyone, at least as far as I know. I feel that it was a very hidden secret that he had this, because, I mean, he had it for 4 years. Yeah. And so it just sucks because throughout this entire time, it's just been like a grueling process for him. Because did you remember that picture? About him being like,
I do remember the picture of him posting. He posted, well, it was like a Instagram live, and it was him. He looked really, really thin in the face. And I remember a lot of people were somewhat bullying him, just the way he looked, and some people assumed that, oh, he's a dramatic actor, he's doing this for his next role. That's what I personally thought, because he is an actor, he is, you know, he's a tremendous actor, and that's what I just assumed, like he's just sitting down for something. But I think when you look back at that Instagram live, it really tells you and shows you that he was really battling with this colon cancer. And I think that was this year. If not, it was at the end of last year when we saw this. And it's so haunting to like look at that now and then see where we're at today. And it's you never really know what someone's dealing with behind closed doors. And I hated that everyone was being so cruel and mean to him because he looked really thin in the face, like he wasn't eating or something like that, but he just actually was sick.
I really didn't think anything of it when I saw it. I thought he got skinny, and I think I saw this photo during quarantine, and so I didn't really think anything of it because everyone's got their own stuff going on during this virus, and so it's just disheartening with the reality of that situation because none of us knew until yesterday just the context behind that photo and just what it truly means. And it just I still don't want to believe it because last night I watched 42, which was the first movie I was ever introduced to with Chadwick Boseman. I remember I went to the theater with my brother and we went to go watch that movie and I fell in love with him immediately, man.
Yeah.
Just I knew that he was going to be big. I knew it. Yeah. And just seeing his career develop into what it became and how he flourished and just it's just super sad, man.
What really was like crazy to me because I was watching the White Sox game yesterday, and yesterday was their Jackie Robinson Day, and everyone wears the number 42. Every jersey number is 42, but the fact that he passed away yesterday when it was Jackie Robinson Day, and he portrayed Jackie Robinson so damn well in 42, it's like, in like how ironic that is that happened, and like I just can't really fathom how bad this year is, and we always joke about like how worse can it really get?
What's next?
Like what's next? And the fact that it just keeps delivering blow after blow and just keeping you on the ground and kicking you in your teeth. This right here, this really kicked me in my fucking teeth. I'm heartbroken. I really am heartbroken because I just love this man. He plays iconic roles. He played Jackie Robinson. He played James Brown. He played a NYC police cop.
He was Thurgood
Marshall. And as everyone knows, he was T'Challa. And he was Black Panther. And it's such a huge loss in Hollywood and little boys and girls' hearts, and my heart and Muhammad's heart. Anyone who loves film, anyone in general who has a sense of just humanity, it is a huge loss. And I don't know, man. It really sucks.
It's terrible because what he did too, it transcended way beyond movie screens. I mean, he wasn't just an actor.
He was inspiring kids.
He was a symbol. Like,
yes.
You look around and there are these little black boys and girls who look up to him, and that's Superman.
Yeah, that is their Superman.
That's literally that. Like, he is them.
Yeah,
he is showing them what they can be and what they can aspire to be. Like, he is a symbol of hope, and that is what he portrayed the entire time throughout his career, and he kept doing that. And it's just so disheartening because he was just getting started too.
Oh my God, yeah.
And it blows my mind with how old he was because I legitimately thought he was younger. Yeah. I had no idea he was in his 40s just because he's filled with so much life and youth. You know?
He is.
It's like his presence warms you. It makes you feel happy. It's just something that truly cannot be recaptured. And God, I'm just like, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And what he did too paved the way for so many more opportunities for black people to get their own spot in the limelight and to be publicized in the way that they deserve to be for so long.
Yeah.
Because Black Panther was a testament to time and just everything that has culminated around it. I mean, how often can you say that a movie had a predominantly black cast and went on to earning billions of dollars? I think at one point it was the highest grossing movie ever, right?
Yeah. I remember when Black Panther came out 2 years ago. Me and my friend Keontae, we were super excited because it was an MCU movie, and it was a, you know, black characters driven, and it was a black superhero. And obviously you guys may know me by now that I'm just big into comics and movies and stuff like that, but I just love black superheroes because it just represents who I am. I love black superheroes. I love Miles Morales. My favorite Avenger is Falcon. He's black. I love Black Lightning, but I really love Black Panther. And when Black Panther came out, that was probably one of the best theater experiences in my life because it brought me such joy to see someone of my color lead in such a big budget movie. And then not only that, the movie succeeding, and not only that, the movie was actually really, really good. And
it went on to be Oscar nominated.
It went on to be like Oscar nominated for best film. And like, when that happened, I thought that was insane. And just that achievement alone, being nominated for something that high, that alone shows so much representation of just black culture. And it was such an achievement, and I never felt so much more proud to be who I am. And he inspired millions of people, not just black people, you know. He inspired millions of people. And he was just such a great person. He was so genuine with other people and fans, and he took the time, and he went to hospitals. He met so many people, and he was so nice. My Twitter was just flooded with a bunch of like memories of him on Saturday Night Live, him greeting people that were talking to a poster, and they were really expressing how they felt. And you can just tell by the way these people talk to just a poster, they really just appreciate and admire this man. And after that, all that happened, I turned on the last hour of Endgame, and I remember when I first saw the last hour, when he walked into the portal, I was so just like, I was in tears for the first time I watched it, like a year ago. I was in tears seeing him just walk, just his silhouette of him just walking slowly, and I looked at him and I just think to myself, that's my dude. That's my king right there. That's the King Wakanda. I just have a personal attachment to him because of just who he is and how he betrays T'Challa as the character. And watching it again last night, knowing that he's gone, I was bawling in tears, and I felt kind of embarrassed because Autumn was there and her friend was there, but like, I couldn't help it because he was one of my favorite Avengers. He was one of my favorite characters. I was looking forward to what he would do for the future of the MCU. And I was like, he was the one thing that kept me so excited about just the future of everything. And seeing that, I just broke down crying. And like, I'm not afraid to tell you guys that. I was just so sad, and I had to get off Twitter. I had to just play with my pup for a little while, and then when I went back on Twitter, I was just reminded by everything again. So it really fucking sucks that he's gone so sudden.
I remember when I went to go see Black Panther in theaters, I instantly knew just how much more this meant than just...
It meant so much more than just... It was just so much more than just a movie, you know?
mean, because you had... I remember there were so many people there, and I think, honestly, it was majority black people who were there, and they were proud. They were wearing... like, so many different cultures were wearing their traditional clothing to this movie. They made it an event for themselves.
Oh my gosh,
they were presenting themselves with pride, as in, this is my movie.
Yeah. Keontae and I wore our Black Panther shirts to the film because we were just so excited. Mm-hmm. Like, we made that film an event film for us because it was like, this is our movie. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And it is truly a life that will be sorely missed. And never be forgotten. That is just one thing that I am proud to say, is that with the impact that he has left in such a short amount of time, that is something that just transcends volumes, man. It's just, it's hard for me to come up with words right now, just because everything that he embodied, it's just, there's not really a word, because the best thing I could encapsulate it to be is that it's superhuman as to just what he did.
Yes.
I mean, literally, I've been saying this, but just the fact that he was terminally ill as well, and just doing everything he was doing.
He just went to work like nothing.
He filmed Black Panther, Endgame.
He actually did. It actually happened before Civil War. So he did Civil War. He did Black Panther. He did The Five Bloods. He did Infinity War, Endgame,
Marshall, like all these movies, man.
21 Bridges. Chadwick Boseman, he portrayed a comic book character. He portrayed a superhero, but in reality, he was a superhero.
Oh yeah.
For just looking at that colon cancer and thinking to himself, like, this is not going to stop me from succeeding. And the fact that he did all this in the span of those 4 years, knowing what he had, and made such an impact in everybody's lives, it truly just tells you that he was a real life superhero.
And the fact that it just speaks to his character too, because I mean, he didn't let it stop him.
No.
And nor did he complain about it, or I mean, not even complain. He didn't let anyone know.
Yeah.
No one knew about this, and he just kept doing him.
Yeah.
He knew that there was something bigger that he could achieve with the time he had, however much it was, and he just kept going.
Yeah.
For as long as he could. And that is just, it's heartbreaking, but it's inspiring as hell, dude. It's something that I truly think that we should idolize and honestly follow in his footsteps to some extent in our own lives, as to the example that's been laid out. I mean, it goes to show that you can be terminally ill and you can still do anything that you want your heart to do with like what you're able to, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously he's just so talented, man.
Yeah.
And it's just
he
terrible.
was supposed to be in an upcoming movie where he was going to be a black samurai, and I just sounded so badass when I heard about it. Like, and he goes for these roles. He goes for these certain roles that he wants to portray a person from the past who's done good for African Americans, like Jackie Robinson, who paved the way for black people in Major League Baseball, and Thurgood Marshall. And he plays these roles, and he does it to the best that he possibly can, and he's really succeeds in that. And I can't think of anybody else who does it better than him in that certain type of situations. But I don't know, man. Around the world, not just us at Mix and Match Studios, but around the world, other people were feeling the exact same way we were feeling. So I would like to just read a couple of tweets if I can.
Of course.
So, of course, from Marvel Studios tweeted that, "Our hearts are broken and our thoughts are with Chadwick Boseman's family. Your legacy will live on forever. Rest in peace." And I really like that. Obviously, you were going to hear from Marvel Studios because, you know. So, Shang-Chi actor, I can't...
Simu Liu,
yeah.
I think.
Shang-Chi actor said something really beautiful that really just like made me think about it, a whole different thing. He tweeted, "I want to be crystal clear. Without Chadwick and what he gave to his character, there is no Shang-Chi, period. My career rides on the coattails of a great man. I wish I would have had the opportunity to tell him in person, but I'll fight for him always, my eternal king." And I thought that was just beautifully said. Like,
I mean, we wouldn't have an Asian superhero or brown superhero or anything like that without the success of Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman. That just truly would not have been possible.
Yeah. There's this one random guy. His at name is BoxXTops, and he says, "Chadwick was the first superhero a lot of black kids could really look up to and identify as. That kind of legacy is unparalleled, and today we found out that he was a superhero in real life too. Battling cancer while entertaining millions, that strength is rare. Rest in power, King." And that just goes back to what we said before, and like, he's superhuman. You know, he like, this shit did not stop him. And
I mean, how many people can you say have done that?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And from critical director Jordan Peele, his was short. He just tweeted, "This is a crushing blow," and it really was. I really felt like my world was ending. And obviously, I've never met Chadwick Boseman. I've never met him.
But it goes to show his impact on us.
Yes, like I really, at that moment, I realized that how much he impacted my life, how much I really did appreciate his art and his craft. And me just breaking down on my couch last night would just really show that, like, this was a great and powerful man. And he's gone so soon, so sudden. And it really hurts. Like, it really hurts. It doesn't matter if we were never, like, a family. I never knew him. He made an impact on all our lives. So... And there's one last tweet I want to say. This is from DC Comics, so this is Marvel's like sort of industry rival. But I really like that they tweeted something about this, and they just simply said, "To a hero who transcends universes, Wakanda forever, rest in power, Chadwick." Like, I don't know. This all just happened so fast. It hasn't even been a full 24 hours yet to really process everything. Every time I go on Twitter now, it's just filled with Chadwick Boseman stuff, as it should be. I want it to be. I'm retweeting
everything.
I'm retweeting
I don't even
everything
care.
I can. There's going to be a watch party on Tuesday for Black Panther, so me and Muhammad might watch Black Panther that night. We don't know what time yet, but it just goes to show that you guys really have to appreciate your life. You guys have to appreciate the people around you, because you don't know what they're dealing with behind closed doors. And, like, I know everyone says this every time somebody suddenly dies, but it's at the same day, it's just true. Like, you just really got to appreciate every single second that you have with somebody or with yourself, and just appreciate life. Because I'm so utterly upset that this man is gone. And there's some really fucked up people out there who's thinking about, well, what about Black Panther 2? What are they going to do about Black Panther 2? And the fact that they're even thinking about that alone, they're not thinking about his family. They're not thinking about the legacy that he had. And they're just thinking about, what about Black Panther 2? Fuck that. Honestly, fuck that.
I mean, I honestly don't want there to be a Black Panther 2.
I don't want... If Marvel Studios is as smart as they are, they will not replace Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. They will not. I would not want a replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they won't do that either. As far as Black Panther 2 is concerned, I'm not sure if that's even going to be a thing anymore. I wouldn't mind if it wasn't, because why would there be?
I mean, I don't want it if he's not attached to it.
Yeah.
So since he's not, there's just truly no need, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, and that movie's just way out in 2022, so we won't know for sure until that time comes. But honestly, they weren't prepared for something like this, so we will honestly see what Marvel Studios does in the next 2 years. If they keep that movie in general, or they just scrap it completely and just don't even touch it. But Chadwick Boseman was just like I said before many times, you guys need to just keep hearing this. He was a tremendous actor. He was a tremendous person. He was unbelievably kind and loving, and just genuinely just a great man. And I can't stress this enough that I am just so upset about this. And, like, I'm wearing my Black Panther shirt. My girlfriend gave me this when 2 years ago, because I was so excited for the movie to come out. She gave me this shirt so I can wear it to the movies. And I don't know, man. This is one of my favorite shirts too. It's just really comfortable and it's really nice and simple. But and you know what's really, like, kind of another fucked up thing that this is kind of fucking weird. Our last episode we were talking about 2016. Our last episode we were talking about Black Panther, a little bit with Civil War. And now this next episode, we're just talking about what was behind the scenes of, like, 2016 and Civil War, the fact that he was diagnosed then, and he was just battling it through these movies like nothing. And like, I just think 2020 is like, it's only August.
I said it, dude. I'm truly not looking forward to these next 4 months.
How many? It's 4 months left?
Yeah.
September, October. Okay. We have 4 months left.
It scares me too. I'm not even going to lie. It genuinely scares me that we have 4 months left because what else is going to happen?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm going to just pray and pray that it doesn't get any worse than this, but it's just, I have very little hope because, like Matt said, it's just we're constantly being kicked in the teeth and just constantly being thrown on the ground with everything that's going on because it's just one thing on top of another. And I saw this tweet yesterday that was saying, can we just have a normal fucking year?
Yeah.
Or not a normal fucking year, a normal fucking week?
Yeah.
Because we truly haven't. I mean, it's really just something keeps popping up. And the fact that it was this bad, it's just so disheartening because for me, personally, I'm not even that huge of a Kobe fan, but the fact that Kobe died, I was truly thinking just how much worse could that be?
Yeah. I remember when Kobe passed and, like, you know, my girlfriend's she doesn't care about basketball at all, but she was really genuinely upset because she knew who Kobe was. She knew what Kobe was about. And she was, you know, genuinely upset that Kobe was gone.
And his daughter passed away with him too.
And that was such a sad day in the world.
That was in January, man.
Yeah. And I think this is like this is somewhat similar because Kobe passed away so suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
And Chadwick Boseman passed away suddenly to us because we didn't know what he was dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And it just felt like another great life that we all cared about.
I think they're roughly around the same age too.
Yeah. And just the fact that we lost two great people like that in the same year, he is felt around the world, both Kobe and Chadwick. Like there's so many tweets just out there like right now, just paying their respects, and like it's really sad right now.
This is something it's similar to Kobe because this stopped the world. I feel everyone is grieving right now, and mourning and paying their respects as they should. And just like Matt said, it doesn't fucking matter if Black Panther 2 happens or not. Like, don't fucking worry about that. Worry about his family, worry about his legacy, and worry about the impact that it may have on you and your family possibly, because chances are he did touch you guys in some way or inspired you and made you think that you could be something bigger than yourself.
Yeah, he definitely, like that last part you said, he definitely made me feel that way. Like I said, after seeing Black Panther, I feel like I can really do anything. I felt so inspired, and I was only like 20 years old, but I felt like I can like really like
you felt powerful.
Yeah, and like, you know, I just love superheroes, but the fact that I got an actual black superhero on screen for the first time, like in a good while, like it was so amazing. And it's definitely one of my favorite MCU movies. Like it's definitely one of my favorites just based off the success that it was and how anticipative of a movie that it was for me, how important of a movie it was for me. If you guys are not familiar with Chadwick Boseman, there's a lot of great films out there that he's in. Like I said, there's 42 where he portrays Jackie Robinson. You guys should definitely check that out. There's it's just called Marshall, right? Mm-hmm. When he plays Thurgood Marshall. Definitely check that out if you haven't yet. It's a very powerful movie. Obviously, you guys can watch Civil War, his first introduction to the MCU. You can watch Black Panther, watch Infinity War and Endgame if you want to see all of the Black Panther goodness. There's a really great movie. There's a really great movie that came out last year that no one really talks about, but it's probably one of my favorite Chadwick Boseman films, and it's 21 Bridges. He just plays a New York City cop, and I just think that he's the movie itself is okay, but I think he makes the movie like to a different level, and to make it to actually good. The story's okay, but he makes the movie itself good. So if you guys want to check that out, it's a really straight, simple, forward movie. He's so great at that movie. It's one of my guilty pleasures 21 Bridges. There's just a couple of movie recommendations.
There's another one. Yeah, I think it's his last film, besides the one that's about to come out.
The Five Bloods?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's called The Five Bloods.
Yes.
Spike Lee directed it.
He played a Vietnam vet. So he plays these crazy characters, man. He does not shy away from like
it's these profound characters.
Yeah.
Like you said, these big time roles that he knows will make an impact.
Yes. He plays James Brown, the titular artist. So and it's called Get On Up. He did really good in that. He was just really, he jumps out the screen for that movie. So those are just a couple of recommendations if you guys just want to really appreciate who this man was and the legacy that he sadly left us. If you guys are young black men like me, you guys want to feel inspired, go watch these films because like none of these films will really disappoint you. There's not one that I've named that will be a disappointment. They're all good. He only does good films.
He really doesn't miss.
No, he doesn't miss. He's just such a good of an actor that he can make any movie good, you know. So, yeah.
And I just want to lightly touch on what Matt was talking about earlier about just life. It's a very hard concept to fathom just because, I mean, we are young, or maybe you're old, whoever's listening to this, but the one thing that is truly inevitable in this life is death. And whether you have certain beliefs or religious ideals, or if you're not, that's something that no one can ever get away from. And however so you may believe in it, everyone has their own time, and it's written in the books, and we just do not know when that's going to come. And so I would just say to you guys is to cherish every single moment that you have on this earth with every single person that means something to you, because you never know when you're going to leave this earth or if they will. And I want you guys to make the best out of it. I'm going to try to make the best out of my life. Matt's going to do the same thing with his. And it's just very crucial that you do not leave this earth with any regrets or anything that you did not want to do. Achieve every single thing that you have up to your mind and do it to the best of your ability, because everyone has their time. We don't know when it's going to be. And so just with that little sad message, also take heed of just the inspiration that this man left. These are two people talking to you who never met him. Chadwick's never never knew of us or anything like that. But just the impact that he left on us, more so on Matt than me, but still, I damn did appreciate his work. It's just very heartbreaking, but also inspiring as shit. Just everything he did and everything he stood for, all while battling his own battles. Yeah. And so that just goes to show that you guys are capable of just the exact same thing. Yeah. And so just with that being said, we wanted to just make this a little quick tribute to the man for everything that he has done for us. Yeah. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, our king. We will deeply, sorely miss you, and so will the rest of the world.
Wakanda forever, Mr. Boseman.
And with that being said, we will see y'all on the next episode of Mix and Match Radio. Thank you, guys.
Get me up! Just get him out. Just get him out. Understand? Game's too important. Just get him out. Play ball.
You a tough man, Jake.
Let's get him out.
You want the drives, you let me go.
If you don't walk out with me, you'll be carried out by others. Michael, your only hope is to tell the truth. Pray to God for forgiveness. And make peace with the fact that you may die in prison. I will find out why the night happened.
But could you prove it?
I only have to prove it to myself.
Walking with my baby, she got great big feet. The long lead
tried cases before judges who were grand dragons of the Ku Klux Klan who forced me to enter through the back door. But this horse shit is a first.
I cannot get involved in a case like this. Are you listening to me? It would destroy my practice. This is not my problem.
The hell it isn't. No, you heard the judge. Until we can find somebody better, it's you and me. It's our problem now.
Mr. Marshall. To be young, gifted, and black, we all know what it's like to be told that there is not a place for you to be featured, yet you are young, gifted, and black. We know what it's like to be told to say there's not a screen for you to be featured on, a stage for you to be featured on. We know what it's like to be the tail and not the head. We know what it's like to be beneath and not above. And that is what we went to work with every day, because we knew not that we would be around during award season or that it would make $1 billion, but we knew that we had something special that we wanted to give the world, that we could be full human beings in the roles that we were playing, that we could create a world that exemplified a world that we wanted to see. We knew that we had something that we wanted to give, and to come to work with every day and to solve problems with this group of people every day with this director, that is something that I wish all actors would get the opportunity to experience. If you get to experience that, you will be a fulfilled artist. I found myself even more conflicted afterwards. I stand here today knowing that my Howard University education prepared me to play Jackie Robinson, James Brown, Thurgood Marshall, and T'Challa. But what do you do when the principles and standards that were instilled in you here at Howard close the doors in front of you? Sometimes you need to get knocked down before you can really figure out what your fight is and how you need to fight it.
It's furry.
You got it.
This is a cat.
It's close to home.
It's a cat, a kitten.
Closer than that.
A little black cat, a little panther.
Yes.
Is it? I was expecting it to be alive now. Like, like, come on.
You know, I got a band behind me right now, and I can't get off this stage without giving you just a little. Lenny?
Yeah.
I'm about to do my thing.
Yeah.
Hit it. We got a great show for you tonight.
You know, they're two little kids, Ian and Taylor, who recently passed from cancer. And throughout our filming, I was communicating with them, knowing that they were both terminal. And what they said to me is, and their parents said, they're trying to hold on till this movie comes. And to a certain degree, you hear them say that and you're like, wow, that's like, I gotta get up and go to the gym. I gotta get up and go to work. You know,